What's up guys, it's Charge Power here with Rocket Punch Armor to do a review of the High Metal R VF-1J Armored Valkyrie from Bandai. So you can see the front here just kind of lets you see what's inside, but you don't really get to see the armor. Aside from this beautiful illustration, which at first glance looks like an oil painting, but it's, I guess, just done on a computer, actually. If we look at the sides here, you see a little bit of photography there. If we look at the back, you see all three modes. You get the battroid mode, you get the fighter mode, and gear walk mode, and of course the front and back side of the armor-laden Valkyrie. And then these little pics here just show all the little different gimmicks, which I'll be showing you also. Inside you will find a baggie with the black and white instruction booklet, and you also get this two-tier or two-level tray, whatever you want to call it. The first tray here does have the Valkyrie itself. The wings here, all the little different hands, little accessories, landing gear, whatnot. And of course, this tray here does show you all the bits for the armor. Here he is out of the tray. You guys might remember that I did a review recently of this one right here, which is the regular VF-1J High Metal. And it's essentially pretty much the same thing as this guy, except this one has a few improvements. Now, because this is the armored Valkyrie version, it does have the little dark visor up here. It has a darker, almost grayish look to them. And these are called High Metal, and there's not a lot of metal. I'm sure there's a reasoning behind the naming, but if we take a look right here in the shoulders, this little part that swivels back and forth, you'll see right there, it actually has been improved in this one in the form of a diecast. Another thing I did notice right away is the stiffness of the joints. If you look at this guy, it's kind of loose. This guy would fall over because of the feet here, which are diecast metal. They were loose. The arms are not necessarily very loose, but you definitely feel a big difference when you handle this guy. I mean, look at this. I know he's right out of the box, but so is that guy. Rarely played with. I don't even play with them. I just take him out of the box, review him, and that guy is pretty loose. You'll see the feet here are much stiffer. This does seem to have a coat of metallic paint, whereas this one's just like a raw, dark metal. And I did also notice it comes with these little plastic things right behind the kneecaps to protect it, possibly the paint that's behind on the knees here. I don't really spot any huge differences in molding. It seems to be the same figure overall. I did notice a little bit of difference in the lower face area, also possibly the visor, but it seems like the head and the antennas are original mold to this. Now if we take a look at the back here, you'll notice I don't have wings installed because you do have to install them. And the reason you have to install them, it's not a parts forming thing really. It's just that they want to keep the bottom clean here because the other wings have the little tabs to put the little missiles on. These are the clean ones, which I'm going to use for battroid mode. And to use those, they simply just click in, just slide them right in, clip right in, and close them up. We've also got his gun here, which you'll see says UN Spacey. But I don't know how easy it is to see, but they double tampoed on there, and one is slightly offset to the other. Whereas the other one, I have the original High Metal, it's nice and sharp. You'll notice, I don't know how easy it is to see here, but the armored version is like a darker gray, where this has a little greenish hue to it. We'll go ahead and show you that on the Valkyrie itself. Now, because this is a VF-1J, I just did a review of it. I'm going to try and skip over that whole transformation and checking it out in all its different forms. Let's just concentrate on the fact that this is the armored version. There is a link which you'll see pop up during the video for the regular VF-1J, which is identical to this. And just in case you're not down for watching that review, here's some pictures of what it looks like in fighter mode and some pictures of what it looks like in gear walk mode. More than anything, it's a way to be able to show you guys this armored version, which we're going to check out now. We're going to take out all the little bits here, and it's kind of heavy. I would say it's even heavier than the first tray with all the accessories, including the figure. So let's go ahead and open this up. Got the legs here. We have the arms. All right, and there's a little thing here, little black spot, which looks like the factory worker had black paint on his finger. It's like a black fingerprint right there, which I don't know, I guess not that big of a deal. Probably made my future. We also got the chest here, and then the shoulder bits right here, then his underpants right here, then the boosters that go on the back. You get two of them obviously right here, And then the other little bits here, you get the little missiles that go in the little shoulder pieces. I guess this is after the missiles are shot out. You also do get alternate hands for use with the armored set, and covers for the feet here. If we look right up here, there's a bunch of little pieces that are alternate little vents that you can use also. Nice little cool inclusion is this little tool here to help you out with the armor. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started. I've taken the little pieces of the feet out. We're going to go ahead and install that. The one without the little step on there, like right here, that little line, goes on the rear, just slides right on this way. Go ahead and slide the other one on, and you'll see the size difference there. Next, grab one of the legs, and you can actually go in any order you want. I found it easier to just put the feet on and then I work on the legs. But you grab one of the legs, just split it, and what I like is that it's not tabbed in really tight, because I'm a little worried about breaking tabs on things. They made this with just the right amount of clearance where you don't have to really force it, and there's not a lot of force to snap it together. It does split into 3 pieces. These are 2 right here, which I've just decided to leave on so I can wrap around the leg. This little fin right here goes into the little slot for it right there. Just feed it right in. And then just pop in the other side. Just put the tabs where they're supposed to go. Don't force it too much. Alright, snaps in easy enough. Now here's one part some people might not like. You do have to remove his man cone here. Unfortunately, there's no way to hide it. And here's the tricky part. You got to get these things on there. Little vent covers. You'll see there's a little square on the back. That little square attaches to that little peg square right there. So all you got to do is slide it over and peg it to that. It's a little tricky at first. Then attach the little crotch piece in the front, and you'll see why we needed to remove the cone is to make clearance for this part. Then attach the rear section. Then to secure his diapers on there, you are going to want to attach these little side missile pieces, which are keyed so they don't go in the wrong side. Then we're going to hide the little hand right here, close that. That removes the fist to be able to attach this piece here, which will split open, wrap it around the arm, close it back up. Then we got the chest piece here, which has these little hooks, or whatever you want to call them, which go right over the top and slide down. Then the boosters are easy enough. There's these pegs that go right into the slots on either side of this little backpack, and they pop in really nicely with not much effort at all. Then of course these shoulder pieces, you're going to see there's a little tab right here. This just slides right over the shoulder like so and snaps right in. Alright, so here's the finished product. You can see it. I'm actually blown away. I can't even talk right now. I'm stuttering. I love armored Valkyries. I had the Arcadium, or have the Arcadium, which I reviewed recently also. But there's just something about having just something small that you can fit in your hand and not have to fudge with something that's like 10 times bigger. Not that the Arcadium one's bad. Believe me, it's not. But it's just really nice to have something in this scale. So we're going to pop off this little fist here and replace it with this little gun holding one. And there's also an open hand if you want to use those. We're going to keep it with the fist and use this. And along with that, we're going to use this little handle here, which we're going to pop into the hand. Not so much pop, but work through, and then get the little finger right in that trigger hole. And take the gun itself, pop this little handle off, get the other one on there, so we can go ahead and use it in armored mode. Now, he's not really supposed to articulate really crazy, but he does retain his basic articulation. The head is not hindered at all compared to normal. It does move around normal. It's on a little swivel type joint, looks around. The shoulders are somewhat limited by this here, but they do sort of go out about this much. You still have some of the elbow there. You have the wrists on a ball joint. You don't have a waist joint, obviously, whether or not he has the armor. We do have the little split here on the leg where the legs kind of split forward, so you can sort of fake the leg going forward. It's not really faking it, but the upper part is not moving, just right, that part right there. So you do get a good fair amount of articulation for being armored on the leg here. And the ankles, they're kind of limited now that you have these little sleeves over them. But you can move the feet normally if you want. You also get the little thigh swivel. So not too bad. You know, again, it's not really supposed to articulate like crazy, but it's still pretty cool. Take a look at the back here, what he looks like. The boosters are kind of angled back. You know, the weight of the boosters kind of throws that a little bit back. It does hold if you're going to keep it on display. Eventually, I think a lot of transformation probably will have these things tipping over from the hinge getting weak. But for now, since I don't mess around with mine, they're totally okay. Alright, so we're going to check out some of the gimmicks. We're going to pop this open. You'll see I've already split it a little bit because it's a little difficult to do in front of the camera. But all you got to do is split it just a tad, get the little tabs out of there. And then it's still a little difficult. But there we go. Pull it forward so you can open this. You'll notice it's empty in there. That way you can display it either with the missiles shot out, which I will do with this side here, or you can have it displayed with the missiles getting ready to fire on this side here. He's also got gimmicks here on the chest. By opening this, it kind of pulls the chest away, the little red area. You kind of see it pull away from the chest there to give you, you know, a little more range of motion of these doors. You'll see the missiles there also. And by the way, you can pull out these little missiles here and use the spent version here, which is the missiles already shot out. If we move to the waist, you can actually remove these missiles from here. And if we move further down the leg, you can open these here like that to show the little missiles front and back. And of course, these can also be pulled out. And if you didn't think that was enough, you can also open these here to reveal even more missiles. And of course, if you take those out, you can also replace them with spent ones. Now, I did want to do a size comparison with my Arcadia 160 scale. You can see there is a good size difference, but the Bandai high metal one does not feel any cheaper. It's actually very well made, and I'm a little more inclined to want to handle the high metal because it's smaller, and it just feels robust. It just feels really good. Definitely not knocking the Arcadia. The Arcadia feels nice and solid, but it's kind of a little bit too big to just be hand candy. Let's do some other size comparisons. Here he is with a Transformers Masterpiece Blue Streak. And for you action figure collectors, here is an SH Figuarts Stormtrooper. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you want to see a full review of the VF-1J High Metal, check out the other review, which will go into further detail. If you're enjoying the videos, please subscribe, like, share with your friends, support the channel so I can bring you more. And if you're looking to get this, unfortunately, I would tell you to click the link in the description below, but Macross is not available in the US, at least not through normal channels. So click the link in the description for BBTS to find other cool stuff. Until next time, bye bye.